this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. Today I'm going to do a ruffly style flower painted on this green wine bottle. And it's going to be very simple, meant for beginner painters. So let's go ahead and get started. I have already cleaned off the bottle. This bottle is one that I'm going to be reusing throughout making videos. So if you wonder, if you see any leftover paint, whatnot, I'm not selling this. I'm just using it to do demonstrations on. I'm going to be using 3 different plaid one-stroke flat brushes, a number 8, a 3/4, and a number 12. So simple as far as the brushes go. Paint, I'm using Fresh Foliage, Thicket, Moon Yellow, Berry Wine, and last but not least, Wicker White. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started here. My flowers are going to be made with the 3/4 inch 3/4 brush, and I'm going to be double loading the Berry Wine and the Wicker White. I have the petals right next to each other, so I just move my brush into whichever one I want to load, whichever paint I want to load, I should say, and continue on. So I want to get it good and full of paint, and then I'll begin. I'm going to start at the top here. Very simple. I'm just making some basic petals. And just kind of wiggle on them back. The back ones don't really need to be wiggled as much as more the front, or what can be seen, if that makes sense. It's just pretty easy though, you just, oops, got some yellow in there, sorry about that. Get that out a little bit. It's not intending to have that in there. You want to put a little bit more berry wine in here. And I just keep building in here, just moving the brush back and forth. If you're someone who wants to go back over your design, feel free to do so. Give it some drying time before doing that, and then feel free to paint over it. You can actually speed up that drying process by hitting it with a heat gun, or even a hairdryer helps. Whatever you have on hand. And then on this one, I'm going to just come in here, and again, I'm just doing some basic stroke work, just lightly moving my brush back and forth, up and down, just kind of give it some curve. And so you can see I'm just kind of moving it easily up and down and around. See how easy that is? I hope I'm getting this on the video. Sorry if I'm falling off of it at all. And I am a lefty, so I apologize if for some reason my hand is in the way, which that can happen. And then I can actually go up in here too, just put another petal if I want. For some reason, I'm not seeming to get a lot of the berry wine on my brush for some reason. I gotta be careful because I'm good at putting my fingers in my paint. The painted design, that is. Could care less if it's in my paint, but when I have a design that I'm painting, not so good. And this design is easy to do. on the glass because it just kind of moves freely, which makes it a little fun to do. But keep in mind too, when you're doing glass, the thicker you put your paint on, the more durable it's going to be. Alright, so for the next part, I'm going to basically do the same thing. On this design, I am actually using 4 different colors because I have the Thicket and the Fresh Foliage next to each other where I can just keep moving it back and forth, but then I also keep tipping in some of these other colors that help kind of bring it all together. So I'm going to bring my stems down like that, and then bring this one over, and of course because it's short, you know, I'm doing it on a bottle, it won't be as long as my design is obviously on my paper. So I always do a sample design before I paint, and that's what I'm referring to. I may not do as many leaves too as I did on my sample because I did quite a few. So to attach my flower to the stem, I am just going about it with the smaller of the brushes and just pulling it down into the stem. Just doing some easy little strokes with the smaller of the flat brushes, coloring in my stem as I go. I did the basic stem to start the process, but then I'm also adding more color to it as I'm putting it on here. And then I always, when I do that, I always do strokes just to kind of blend it into the stem itself. I just don't want to do one and then have it just kind of hang there. I want to pull it in, make it look like it's connected. If you feel like you're getting too many of the other colors, you can go back over it, add some of the Thicket back in. If you like it having all these different colors, which kind of do give it some more interest, and then just leave it that way. You just got to know though that your stem is going to be definitely more durable with the addition of the layers. So I'm going to come over here and do the same with this. Just do a quick little turn down into the stem and just paint on the stem itself. And then just keep pulling, pulling, pulling. Just keep working it till you get it the way you like it. I mean, you can even come off of down from the flower a little bit. You don't have to stay right at the bottom of the flower. Come down with more of the paint. Again, you're just continuing to work it. And they don't all have to look the same either. I mean, this stem does not look identical to the other one, and that's fine. I'm not trying to get it to be identical by any means. Let me just keep painting it, see? Like this one maybe not come out as far. If you get too much paint on your brush, just scrape it off, wipe it off, and do it like that. And then go over here to the next one. Just doing it all the same or similar, not identical by any means. It's just short. And see, when I go over it, definitely makes it a little thicker. Now if you're using these wine bottles just as home decor pieces, which I would imagine, I don't know what else you would use them for, they'll be fine. And you don't have to worry about them too much as far as the durability of the paint. The main products that I worry about with the durability are the wine glasses and glassware that's being used to drink out of, because for one thing, the glass will sweat, and when you have cold beverages in them, they'll sweat, and then that just, I think I hooked that to the wrong one, that just can cause, you know, the paint to come off. So you want to make sure that you have the paint on, a good coat of it, to keep that from happening. And definitely use glass paint. I mean, that's a thing too. People will ask often. And if it's regular acrylic, I wouldn't use it unless you're putting some kind of an additive to it that makes it durable for glass. I'm just saying that that would be the important thing, is that it's actually made for glass. Alright, so then I'm just going to do some basic little leaves. I think did I just say that wrong? Come up here, do some like this. And then go in here. And then I'm going to just come down here and do some more. Now you can vary these as far as if you want the color, the light color on the outside, the inside. If you want it the same from one side to the other, like this one I did it differently. I had the green over here and the yellow, green, lighter green on the other side. That's up to you, if you want to vary them or not. I like, you want to put some white in this one, like doing them a little bit differently if I can. And I think it just, if you have different styles, different colors, whatnot, it gives it, just gives it some, you know, a nice look. Definitely does. And if you give it a different style, that can also give it a nice look too. Different styles of leaves. Don't have to all be the same. And then I'll pull this through that way, like that. Just trying to put some of these, and then I'm going to bring in some different ones here. My hand is shaking. Let me put this down here. I just tried so hard not to ruin my designs. But I'm really very good at ruining my designs. Very good. By sticking my fingers in them or hitting the table with them. Either way, that can be awesome. And on this, let me see here, did I use all of them? Because I'm thinking, I'm not sure. I think I did though. It's fun though. I like to paint on glass. Definitely do. Alright, so then I'm going to come in here. Maybe this is, I'm trying to think if that's, I might just stick with this little brush for all these. But I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do kind of like the one stroke, just a simple little straightforward leaf. And then come here and do another one right beside it. And then do the same. My brush is getting really full of paint. Oh, can you see this? It's like doing that. And then I'm going to turn it this way and do it again. See how cute those are? It's really cute little leaves. And then you can come through here, you know, like they're coming down here together. And then if you want, you can just stick out just some regular, just one layer leaves. So easy. And then do this. Whoops, time together. And I can do a little bit of the darker green if I want. Even have these come down like that. Maybe even stick another one off of the side here just to kind of fill that area in. Again, I'm a leaf person. You do not have to do as many leaves as I do. Trust me. I could sit and paint leaves on stuff all day. Alright, so I'm going to do another one of these. And basically what I do then is do the other side, but I turn it over so that, whoops, so that both sides so it ends with both sides having the darker green on the outside. Now I could do the reverse. You don't have to do it this way, obviously. But these are just such simple leaves to do. And I could pull that over like they're coming from the same branch. Did I get that on there? Oh, darn it. I'm working clear up here. I thought I had it on there. Sorry about that. So I'm clear up here. This is what I'm doing up here. Sorry about that, guys. Thought I had it on there. And let's see, we can even go down here. It can hang down a little bit. Doesn't have to all go the same direction. And then I'm going to take some of that paint off of here. Why it gets so heavy with paint anymore. Do there. And if I want, I can come back in here and do one this direction. Because I don't want it to look like they're all going the same way, because they're really not. And then just to fill this in a little bit, come in here and just put a couple, what I would say they're filler leaves in here. Little stems through them. I don't know if you can hear my dog snoring, but she's snoring like crazy over here. Apologize if you can hear her. And I think that's going to be about it. I don't think I'm going to put any more leaves on here. I'm sorry if I got off the camera with some of this, but I think it's so pretty. Very pretty. You can do this design on any surface. Does not have to be glass. I just happen to paint on glass. That's my favorite. Great tool to practice on is waxed paper, just in case you are finding a hard time doing some kind of a stroke. It's great to practice on, get the feel of that stroke using the waxed paper. Remember too, if you practice on glass, very easy just to wash it off and start over. Alright, so thanks again for stopping by my channel. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and please make sure that you give me a big thumbs up if you did, that you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell before you leave, and also share this on your social network with all of your family and friends, just very easily by hitting the share button that you'll see below the video, and you'll be good to go. Alright, so until the next time, you have a good one.